charity event. A great room, a beautiful room. We're so happy to have you here today. Thank you for that introduction. Just a reminder, I'm Patricia Jagernoff, your MC for tonight. Toronto native, but holding, of course, charity as well and volunteering in my heart. So this event tonight means a lot to me as well. Now, all in all, let me just do what I love to do. I am a weather specialist at TV24, so a little weather forecast, everyone? Yeah! Well, listen, we did see some spring showers today. You cannot blame me for those showers. 'Tis the season. Those Mayflowers are coming on in. And guess what today is? We actually hit the warmest day of 2014 so far, 19 degrees out at Pearson International Airport. But trust me, there are warmer days to come. Get ready for the summer. Now, of course, yes, of course, give it up for good weather. How perfect on a day like today. It's kind of like the warmth of Kenya is here with us today in Toronto. So beautiful. But of course, this event couldn't be possible without the person who has the heart, the passion of giving back and striving for the influencers of our future, the children of Kenya. Please put your hands together for the one and only Miss Debra Weller.
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to thank you so much for being here this evening with us. As I said, it's emotional for me to see all these people here. My name is Debra Weller, for those that don't know me. I am the Regional Director of Advertising for the York Region Media Group. I am the chair of this event, Strides for Youth, and I am the co-founder of Global Strides Charity. And I just wanted to give you, for those of you that don't know anything about this event or about the charity, I thought I'd give you a little bit of some information on it. I went to Africa in 2009, and it was a lifelong dream of mine. I had been wanting to go to Africa since I was about 35 years old, a long time ago, and just never made it there, but there was something about it that really drew me. I actually saw the movie Out of Africa, and that's when I felt I had to go. I was inspired by the country. I was inspired by the beauty of the country, but I was also inspired by Karen Blixen, who is the woman that the movie was made about. It's a true story, and she went there back in the early 1900s, and she started a school, and she was the first woman that really started helping children be able to go to school. She fought for it to make sure that they were able to go to school. They weren't able to until that point. So I went in 2009, and yes, at first it was a thrill to think about going on safari, but I wanted to see an orphanage. I mean, that was something that I had in my head for about 10 years, and I didn't share it with too many people, but I had shared it with a few that I wanted to start an orphanage. And I mean, how does one go about doing that? It's virtually impossible. But I didn't really give up on it. So when I realized I was going to Africa, I said, I want to go see an orphanage. And a dear friend, Bart Card, he took us there, and he said, no problem, Deb, we're taking you to an orphanage. So I went and I met this amazing couple. Her name is Agnes and his name is Joe. And they're my age, so they're not young. And they had raised 5 children of their own, 2 of their own, 3 were adopted. She worked in an orphanage all of her life, and he was a minister. Very, very, very special people. I mean, the goodness in these people, it just poured out of them. They had decided to do this. They were retiring, and she had said to her husband, Joe, I want to start an orphanage, and will you support me in it? So they actually took down their home, which was a metal building, and they brought it. Somebody donated this acre of land, and they brought this building over, and they erected it. And they were living in it while they were trying to erect their own home. They were going to build a home for themselves and then start an orphanage. Well, people kept dropping children off. I mean, they get up in the morning and there'd be another child. So they had to stop building their home and start building something for the kids, because it was way too cold for the kids to be in this metal building. They had babies. It was very difficult. But they started in 2007, so I met them in 2009, about 18 months after they had opened the orphanage. And she said to me, she said, I told God that I will do this if you put someone in my way to help. And I just felt like I had to take that journey with her. I wanted to be there to do whatever I could. So we came home and we started raising funds, and it has been literally my family and my dear friends who have supported these kids for the last 4 years. We've probably raised about $40,000 to date, about $10,000 a year. I send about $800 a month, and this feeds them, and it provides the bare essentials for them. Every year at Christmas, we do another collection, and we send money for shoes. The children now call them the Canadian shoes, because every year they get shoes from Canada. And they do get other things, like we are able to maybe buy them a sweater or something, a blanket for the bed, but not a lot. We decided to do this event, and out of it came some really interesting conversations that I've had. And one of the things that I want to do is to start an educational fund for the children. They only get to go to school, grade school. They can't go to high school unless you pay for it. They can't even go to grade school unless they have a uniform, which doesn't cost a lot of money, but they have nothing. So some kids can't go because they don't have a uniform. So it's $1,500 a year to send a child to high school. So it's about $6,000 per child. And currently that would work out to $84,000, and it's in US funds. So it's about $92,000 I have to raise to make sure that they all get to go to high school. If they go on to college, it's about $2,500 a year to go to college. So I forget what the figures worked out to, but they were kind of high. I was working them out today. I think it cost $154,000 if they go to college. Now, if they went on to university, it's $3,300 to get a BA. No, sorry, it was a Bachelor of Science degree. I checked out at the University of Nairobi, and that only pays for the school. It doesn't pay for the board. So it's about $5,000 a year, or $20,000 a child, $280,000 US, or about $300,000 Canadian. So lofty goals, but I'm starting with trying to make sure that they can all go to high school. So I'm starting out with the $84,000 goal, and I have Susan Farina, who's with Price Waterhouse, who's been helping me out to figure out exactly how we're, yes, thank you. Susan's an amazing lady. She's been on our board of directors, and she makes sure we keep everything straight and do everything proper, and so she's looking into this for me in order to help me figure out how to set this fund up so that it's fair for everyone. And I am happy to say, and I don't know if he's here in this room, but I do have my first educational sponsor, a $6,000 sponsor, and it's my brother, John Madden. So we're on our way. The auction table tonight, we've had so many wonderful things donated. Lois, who is my co-chair, will be up a little bit later to tell you about some of those items. But we do have some great trips out there, and donated by some very wonderful, wonderful people, and a whole array of other things. And the money raised from that will go, 100% of it will go to the education fund. We don't take any money. Nobody's being paid. We just put our hearts and soul into it, and I had an amazing group of individuals who I will thank more formally after. But it's the teamwork, the team spirit that got behind this has been amazing, and it has touched my heart, and I think probably the hearts of a few other people too. There's nothing that like giving. There's nothing that there's nothing better that anyone can do for themselves. Never mind for anyone else. There's nothing better than anyone can do for themselves, but to give to others. So I want you to enjoy yourself this evening. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here, and have fun. Thank you.